What's happening YouTube? What's happening YTBC? I just wanted to make a very quick video just to commend a few fighters for, obviously the amazing last 24 hours. The fights that have actually occurred. I wanted to give certain fighters their props and, give them their credit. And also I wanted to just share a few extra things. It's been on my mind, so I just wanted to put it down in video and, share with you guys. First of all, let me just do the formalities and just, do the shout outs. Shout out to Tyson Fury for an excellent victory last night. Beating Vladimir Klitschko. Congrats to him. He fought really well. He surprised, I think, 99.9% of the YTBC. There's one or two guys who obviously backed Fury ages ago, and shout out to all those guys who backed him, but the majority didn't. And he deserves his credit. He fought really well, and congrats to him. The next guy I want to obviously give a shout out to is James Degale. Shout out to James Degale. James Degale fought absolutely brilliantly. Going over to the other guy's backyard, being a true world champion, and also epitomizing what a world champion what a world champion should be. Going to the other man's backyard, no excuses, no bullshit, straight into his backyard, fought really hard, took the risk, and shout out to him. He's absolutely surprised a lot of people. I mean, to be honest with you, he hasn't really surprised me, to be honest with you, because the reason why I say that is that, people tend to forget that he is an Olympic gold medalist. He's creme de la creme. He has pedigree. And, I know, part of his career went a little bit wayward, but, he's back on track now, and he's actually doing what people expected of him as being an Olympic gold medalist or having that pedigree. He's now fulfilling his potential, so shout out to him and congratulations to him. And also, it was an incredible night. Absolutely incredible. A night of upsets. There's a lot of good fights. A lot of people are surprised by certain fights, but the thing that the main crux of my video, and one thing I want to talk about is that people shouldn't really be surprised. This is boxing. This is boxing. If boxing is done in its truest art, upsets do happen. But I think the Tyson Fury fight is not really. I wouldn't consider it as surprising as many people actually make it out to be. Let's not forget that. Vladimir Klitschko is nearly 40 years old. The guy's nearly 40. He's been champion for 10 years. I mean, to be honest with you, that fight didn't really surprise me. The way he fought exactly the way he fights. He fights exactly the same way. He didn't fight any differently to his previous fights. The only difference is that actually Tyson Fury actually turned up to actually want to win, and that was the difference. Most of his other opponents have been like, oh, well, it's Vladimir Klitschko, it's Germany, I'm not going to win, so I might as well just turn up, get my paycheck and go. But obviously Tyson had different ideas and actually, used his attributes. I mean, the guy's 6'9", he's got a very, very good long reach. And, I mean, he boxed well. Nothing special, nothing spectacular, he boxed well. And he did what he needed to do to actually get a victory. Surprisingly so, obviously, in Germany, but... well, fair play to him. He did well and he won. You can't take away his credit. But I don't want to. I mean, people just go overblown and say, "Oh, Tyson fought like some kind of a master boxer or anything like that." No. Tyson fought okay. He did okay. He did certain things that not normally seen by a 6'9" heavyweight. I'll give him that credit, but he didn't fight any. He didn't do anything spectacularly special. He didn't knock, Vladimir out. I mean, if he did knock him out, then wow, that would have been, off the charts. But he fought well, boxed well, and Vladimir just boxed like Vladimir, rubbish. It's as simple as that. Let's be honest. But to me, I want to give special credit to James Degale. James Degale he's fought back to back now fights abroad. He hasn't actually taken the easy way out like Kell Brook, who's sat at home, fighting home guys, or fighting all these sort of B-rate fighters who are okay but nothing spectacular, just okay. James Gale said, stuff it. If I'm gonna fight supposedly B-rate fighters, I'm actually gonna fight them abroad. If you want to label that claim against him, he's actually gone abroad. He hasn't sat at home, and I'm giving him massive credit. The one thing I want James to do, and I'm giving him huge credit, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to actually go to somebody else's countries, take that risk, and win championships, and also defend championships. It takes a lot, and you have to give him maximum credit for having the right attitude, for being a proper world champion. And I'm giving him his massive credit for being a proper world champion. And boxing is alive. Congratulations to him. For having the guts to actually do what a world champion is supposed to do, not just sit at home and be happy. And if you're going to sit at home, at least fight tough competition, fight tough guys, fight. And if you're not going to do that, if you're not going to fight the so-called best, or supposing best, if you're not going to fight them, then at least go abroad and fight the B-class fighters. If that's where you're going to go abroad. Don't sit in your comfort zone. And he hasn't sat in his comfort zone, and I give him massive credit for that. I give him absolute props. But I'm very happy. I mean, the sport of boxing is not dead. Sport of boxing is alive. It's alive and well. People just need to be a bit more, not necessarily, just be honest with themselves. I mean, this sport can never die. You can't claim that the sport is dying because you watched a certain fight you weren't happy, or your favorite fighter lost, and all that kind of stuff. It happens. Boxing is an amazing martial art. It's an amazing sport. It's gonna have highs and lows. It's gonna take you to places where you might not feel comfortable, or you might have extreme joy. And I love this sport. I really enjoy it. And I give credit to those guys who step into the ring and take the risk. To get their head punched in and knocked out. So enough credit to these guys. I'm absolutely pleased for obviously the fights I had, and hopefully 2016 will bring in some amazing fights. And guys like Amir Khan who actually step in the ring and actually fight, rather than sit around and negotiating for like 3 years waiting for fighters who are really not interested in even entertaining his BS. He's actually gonna go in and sign to fight somebody, and a proper fight. And if you're not going to get the fights you think you deserve, then at least go abroad and fight decent competition. Rather than sitting around waiting for Manny Pacquiao to sign a contract against you. You just kind of makes yourself look stupid. Anyways, I'm just not going to shit on those guys who are actually getting in the ring and actually fighting. So. Enough credit, enough respect to James Degale and to Tyson Fury for actually, for fighting well, for doing the business, and obviously flying the flag for the UK, but especially James Degale, proper world champion. Tyson Fury, congratulations, you beat Vladimir Klitschko. Klitschko was an old man, so let's not get overboard here, but fair play to you. Peace.